FTC. However, major drug companies make deals with exclusive generic makers and delay the sales. The move, known as parking.
That's not a fun word.
Say it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Parking.
Delays.
That's not a fun word, though.
Okay, this parking delays the
better.
180-day period and prevents competition.
My puppet has a haircut.
Preventing competition, gee,
shave it.
that's really fair, isn't it?
He needs to be
Gee,
waxed.
that's good for consumers, isn't
Not a hairy
it?
lip, a hair lip.
Oh, I thought you said a hairy lip.
Such agreements are increasingly common as giant drug
Wax
companies look for
time.
ways to suck more profits from popular drugs.
They're fuzzers.
The
should
way
be called
around
Hoover.
this is to seek
Company.
preemptive court order. Pfizer officials did not return the call seeking comment.
It figures.
Yeah, they'll pretty much do anything to keep making the millions of dollars off their drug,
Yeah,
which
I
is really
bet.
sad.
Well, screw them.
Because
Yeah,
you see commercials,
Wait,
by these drug
no, thank
companies, and they act like they're all humanitarian
It's a
and
lie.
shit, but really, they're just money grubbing
Snitches.
corporate yahoos that really, if they could sell you dirt and say
Woo!
it'll treat
Wait a
your
minute.
sickness, they would do it and they would make money and they would be laughing behind their big corporate captain's chairs.
Well, damn.
Okay, that's enough of me
I want
preaching.
some money. Yeah, I'll sell dirt for money. What?
Dirt. Well, it would be refined dirt
Damn it, man.
with like some herbal crap in it,
No.
so that you think it's like good for you. Have you ever heard of a
That
drug
sucks.
company coming out with a cure?
No.
You are the apple of my eye.
The cream in my coffee.
That is so special.
The cream in my coffee. I think I said that wrong. I had a blonde moment. Sorry. Notice the blonde hair. Yes. Edit that one out, Dan. Edit my blonde moments,
Okay.
please. Thank
Okay,
you.
I've got another one here. Okay. Flu during pregnancy linked to schizophrenia by Anthony J.
Whoa.
Brown,
Wait a
MD,
minute.
from Roto-Reuters Health.
So if the mom gets the flu and is pregnant, then it affects the child
Maybe.
or the mom?
The child.
Okay.
Animal.
Like when it's born, it's gonna come out with ah.
Now,
Like
okay.
the demon spawn.
Well,
I know a demon spawn.
Go watch The Exorcist.
okay.
Yeah.
Prenatal influenza exposure
my
may
Bible.
account for about 14% of schizophrenia cases, according
Okay.
to the findings presented here this week at the annual meeting of the American Psych Ass.
Psych ass. Woohoo.
Meeting of the American
Psych
Psych
ass. I have
Ass.
a psycho ass.
Not suck
I'm
ass.
psyched about my ass.
Psych ass, yeah.
Yeah.
My ass is psychic. I have a psych
I'm
ass.
psyched about my ass.
Yeah.
My
Well,
ass is
That's
psyched.
short for Psychological Association.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I think
David
it
said
says
ass.
Well, that's what it says here. Psych ass. Look.
I'm associated with
Look,
my
right there,
ass.
right there,
That's
see?
correct.
Look, psych ass. Psych ass.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the way Dan wrote it.
I get it.
Actually, it says stitch ass.
Sitch ass.
Oh my goodness. Typo.
P-S-Y-C-H. Yeah. Well, no, that's the way it's
Stitch
spelled.
Oh.
ass.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
get psyched about my ass?
Yes, you
Yes.
can. Okay.
Yeah.
The study tested stored maternal blood samples from 64 patients with schizophrenia, and 105 subjects without the disease were tested for antibodies to determine if the flu exposure had occurred during pregnancy. Previous studies investigating this topic have either relied on maternal studies or have simply correlated an early influenza outbreak with schizophrenia risk in a defined population. First trimester exposure, that's like the first 3 months, exposure to influenza raised the risk of schizophrenia by 7 times.
Yikes.
That's also 700%.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
The study authors report.
Okay, so if I'm pregnant, man, I'm gonna wear a mask.
Well,
It doesn't affect the outside of you.
No, but I mean not to get the flu.
well,
I'll wear a mask.
when is flu season?
Well,
I thought you meant when you were pregnant and you had the flu, you were going to wear a mask so your baby couldn't get it.
no.
Like an oxymoron.
No, that would be dumb. I'm not having another blonde moment, okay?
You're
Okay.
such a farty fatty.
No! I know!
Okay,
Without the limp noodle.
first
Was that
trimester
the lymph
exposure.
Without the limp noodle.
Oh.
First trimester
I don't have a
exposure
noodle.
to influenza rate. Okay, I said that.
Noodleless.
Okay, exposure at any time during the first half of pregnancy increased the risk by
I'm
3
gonna got that.
times, or 300%. Exactly how prenatal influenza exposure may lead to schizophrenia is unclear, but it could involve direct effects from the virus, effects involving the immune system, or
I'm the queen
chemicals
of the world.
from an inoculation.
Yay!
Yeah.
The findings reinforce recommendations that women of childbearing age be vaccinated against influenza, but not necessarily during pregnancy.
Yes?
Like we want to be poked and prodded more.
I know, really.
It's not bad enough that they poke you down there. They gotta poke you in the arm. It's not pretty.
Well, the poke down
It's an
there-
outrage.
I'm outraged. Yeah. They put a man on the moon.
Do you often get poked down there, Chris?
Yes, we want to know.
What?
Inquiring minds would like to know.
What?
Yes,
I have an ear infection. I'm sorry, I can't
she got poked in the ear.
hear you. What?
No wonder you have an infection there.
Let's just not go there, okay?
They should put like condoms on their Q-tips.
Oh, yeah. You see what I have to deal with, people?
Yeah.
Being picked on.
Go to
Okay.
your corner now.
Okay, corner.
I'm back. Screw the corner.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to read one more, then we're going to take a quick break. Okay, here's how it's going to work. That green bean
Where'd you
thing
go?
from last month, she's taking
I'm
a
back.
personal break. Were you taking a personal break?
Yes. I had a personal issue.
Did everything come out okay?
Do you need a tissue for your issue?
I need a tissue for my issue. Okay?
Everything came out okay.
Yes.
That's
It'll
great.
be okay.
I'm okay.
Can I eat your face now?
Ah!
Hey, cannibal puppets. Not
Okay.
good.
Okay.
What's a cannibal puppet?
What the world
Cannibal
can we
puppet.
do?
That's puppets who eat other puppets.
Exactly. I'm a little...
That's puppets
concerned
gone
here.
wild. Woo! Look at my sock things.
I'm not gonna go
Woo!
Woo!
Here, wait. I'm all gimped here.
He's
There.
gimpy.
Oh, hold on.
Gimpy, gimpy,
He looks like he wants to give somebody a hug.
There we go. Woo! Woo! Woo!
I totally want to make a hug.
I'm a
Okay.
little disturbed
Okay.
now. Thank you.
Okay,
Now I'm gonna need some Prozac.
I was temporarily a girl.
I've been warped now. Thank you. Moving along.
My virgin eyes.
Okay.
My virgin ears.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
Virgin
we're
something.
going to have a 10-minute break in 5 minutes or something. And then you'll see my friend Green Bean.
Yeah, green bean's cool.
And then we'll be back on.
Green bean has a message to tell you.
He has a deeply disturbing message for all of you out there.
Watch it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I like green bean. I think I have a crush.
Topamax. Okay, here's another one.
He's a hottie.
I know somebody that
Topamax.
takes Topamax.
Topamax causes chloremic? Hyper, look at this. Okay, right there.
Okay.
Hyperchloremic.
Hypochloremic. Yeah.
Yeah, hypochloremic,
Mix.
non-anion
Mix.
gap metabolic acidosis.
Wow.
Okay, decreased
What's
serum
that?
bicarbonate. Okay,
Put that in terms.
well, your blood becomes acidy
Ew.
and it kills you.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, and this was worn by Ortho McNeil healthcare professionals
I'm disturbed
in a
again.
letter mailed this month. Okay,
Maybe.
measurement of baseline and periodic serum bicarbonate during topiramate or Topamax treatment is recommended. Okay, so if you're taking Topamax, have them check your blood for bicarbonate levels.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not a
I'm still
doctor, by the
disturbed.
way, but that's what this FDA approved recommendation
Where'd you go?
is. Okay,
Issue.
apparently the rate of occurrence is persistently lowered serum bicarbonate
Always worrying about her
ranging
hair. I mean,
from
God.
23% to
Who cares?
67% for
I'm a girl.
patients treated with
So am I.
Topamax
Dink.
and 1 to 10% for placebo in clinical trials. Incidence of markedly low serum bicarbonate ranged from 3% to 11%
Chris, you
for
wanna go
Topamax
steady?
and 0 to less than 1% for placebo.
Damn.
Conditions for or therapies that predispose to acidosis, such as renal disease, severe
voice changed.
respiratory disorders. Oh, that I'm just quoting. Status epilepticus. So someone with
Yeah.
epilepsy, diarrhea, surgery, ketogenic diet, or drugs, blah, 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 may be additive to bicarbonate lowering effects of Topamax. Okay, so if you know someone who has Topamax and they also have seizures, they should get their blood checked regularly. Okay. This one's from MedWatch, by the way. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration Safety Information and Adverse Effects reporting program said the drug's labeling had been changed to reflect the adverse effect. It further recommends that consideration be given to reducing the dose of discontinuing Topamax if metabolic acidosis develops and persists. But if patients are continued on Topamax, consideration for alkali therapy should be considered the new language. So what it is you have to have a spoon of bicarbonate every day. Topamax is approved and marketed for adjunctive treatment of partial onset seizures, generalized tonic-clonic seizures, seizures associated with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, and adults and children 2 years of age and older.
What's a tonic?
Tonic-clonic?
No, just a tonic.
That's an alcoholic drink.
Well, that's,
oh yeah, you're right. I'm an alcoholic drink. Drink
that's
me.
water with bicarbonate of soda in it.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Drink me. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So
we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back.
Just disturbed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are very disturbing.
I know.
You're a party fatty.
Oh my God! No.
This is Green Bean. Green Bean has a mental illness. Mental illness is caused by genetic factors, compounded by environmental triggers, and exacerbated by stressors. Green Bean is looking calm and relaxed. A little too calm and relaxed, perhaps. Say, Green Bean, what are you up to?
I'm so tired and dizzy and thirsty. My heart races and I have to pee every 10 minutes and...
Whoa there, Green Bean. Just what medications are you taking anyway?
Mutamatic, and Tranquilump, and Crazebagon, and Flatendol, and...
Gosh, Green Bean, no wonder you can't function. Say, how did all this happen?
I was writing a manifesto that would save mankind. I thought I was receiving thoughts from all the super scientists around the world. I thought that when I made everyone read it, they would understand each other perfectly, and the world would be saved from imminent doom.
Why, you were acutely manic and hallucinating. You were having a doozy of a time distinguishing reality and were severely lacking in critical insight that you needed to function.
Gee whiz, I sure was. It's a good thing my friends made an intervention phone call. I don't know how long all that would have lasted.
Golly, Green Bean, how long were you involuntarily detained in the hospital psychiatric wing?
Oh, for months. I lost most of my rights and freedoms and had no control over what happened to me. I saw a psychiatrist that gave me a lot of medications. The doctor finally offered a treatment that he said might cure me or at least help me go home sooner. It's called electroconvulsive therapy. Golly, at that point, I was willing to sign anything to get out of there. After a month of shock treatment, he discharged me. prescribed more medications, and wished me good luck.
Say, I have an idea. Have you ever heard of a mental health advance directive?
No, what's that?
Well, Green Bean, it's a document that you can create yourself that tells the hospital staff how you want to be treated. Like what medications help and which ones don't, and whether or not you want more shock treatment. Things like that.
Oh golly, that shock treatment was awful. It didn't help, and they kept telling me I needed more treatments and more medication.
You know, Green Bean, that is exactly why an advance directive is so important. It speaks for you when you're not doing so well. Say, would you like to fill one out?
Yeah.
Well, first you need an introduction page with a title that looks something like this. Next you will need a table of contents listing the main sections of your advance directive. The first section is your address and phone number. Section 2 says when your advance directive becomes active. Section 3 tells them how long it is good for. Section 4 defines when and where you cancel your directive. Section 5 states who has copies of your directive. This should be people you trust or someone like an advocate or your case manager. Section 6 tells the hospital staff who to contact in case of emergency. Section 7 is your crisis plan. It's critical for you to describe what hospital staff should do when you are freaked out or really suicidal. It might help you avoid being tackled by a 200-pound gorilla with pepper spray. Section 8 tells the doctors what you have been diagnosed with, which is good, because the doctor can get a sense of your history. Section 9 tells the doctor what medications or supplements you are currently taking. This is critical since many medications and herbal remedies can strongly interact with other medications. So list them all. Section 10 tells the doctor what medications you've taken at one time or another in the past. He or she can get a better understanding of what worked for you and what didn't. Section 11 specifies what medications that you refuse to take. You should list the reasons why, whether it's an allergy or unbearable side effects, and you shouldn't use this area to eliminate the possibility of trying something new that might really be helpful. Section 12 asks about current medical conditions. It's important to list any other diagnoses you might have because they definitely affect your mental health. Section 13 asks about electroconvulsive therapy. You should be very clear about your wishes on this subject. Section 14 is the area where you list your current healthcare providers. Section 15 tells the hospital staff who is not helpful or safe to contact. Section 16 tells them who should not be visiting. Even well-intentioned people can cause harm when you are vulnerable. Section 17 will tell a mental health official which hospitals or treatment agencies can help you and which ones don't. Section 18 says what people to notify immediately. It's good for the hospital staff to know that friends and family will be there for you. Section 19 identifies children or pets that may suffer due to your absence. You should have a plan that deals with that sort of thing. Section 20 is the section where you can add anything that you think is relevant, which couldn't be said elsewhere. Section 21 is the formal legal statement that talks about guardianship, blank spots, and revocations, and has your signature. Section 22 is the witness signature spot. Find people that are not close relatives, lovers, or direct caregivers for best results. Section 23 is where your case manager, counselor, or therapist reads and signs, with a little room for commentary. Section 24 is the place where your doctor signs, attesting to your competency to create the advance directive in the first place. If your doctor recommends changes, you should seriously consider them. Section 25 is the last section, where you have the option of revoking the whole thing if you ever decide it's necessary.
So what do I do with this now?
Well, Green Bean, first you find a couple of other people you really trust and have them look at it so they can make suggestions for improving it. Then you have them sign it. Then make copies for your counselor and doctor and anyone else you trust so they can make sure it gets to the hospital if you ever go back.
Gee whiz, you were a big help. Thanks a lot.
Well, Green Bean, just doing my job. So just remember, if you want to have a say in your mental health decisions, get yourself an advance directive. It might be the most important decision you'll ever make.
Okay, everybody.
We're back!
We're back. Now this
Yay!
is the discussion portion of
Yes.
mental health news.
Where we can talk to you people.
That's right. This is the part where we discuss things that we've discussed in the news
What we want to discuss and
that
say.
were disgusting that we
That we
discussed.
discussed. That we'd like to discuss.
Stickers.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second
We're having
here.
technical.
We're back.
Okay, where were we?
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyways,
so
let's discuss.
today's topic is kids on drugs.
Well, not.
Kids
Drugs,
on
drugs.
legal pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God! It's Bucky.
Bucky.
Bucky's back.
Bucky.
Bucky, you have got to be the most frightening thing I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, do not keep
Get a room.
Ew, that's disgusting.
But that was a big slobbery wet
Okay,
one there, little
now
Bucky.
I am truly disturbed. I
Okay.
may just need some medication.
So here's the thing coming down the pipeline. Old President Bush,
No, no, not him.
the wonderful fascist that he is. Here's what he did
Yeah.
about a year ago. He created, or his little minions created, what was called
Minions.
he created a freedom commission.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always about some fake word, and whatever the word is, it's the opposite.
Word. What
Freedom
is the
commission,
word?
freedom. Okay, so what this commission
He
does,
scares me. Oh my God.
what this commission does is it evaluated all the mental health stuff going on, and it comes up with a plan. And the plan is this. The
Yes.
plan is that all school children in their classes
Yeah.
will be evaluated to see if they have mental health problems. And if so, what will happen is they'll be forced to take medication in order for them to continue going to school.
Wow.
Okay, this is in public school, so all the kids, every kid
Poor
that you
children.
know will have a mental health evaluation,
Now, how do
and
they
they'll
know?
go on Ritalin.
How do
you
they?
serious?
Wait a minute. But how do they know that they need Ritalin?
Well,
I mean,
the mental
what,
health
because they act
professional,
out?
the mental health professional called the school nurse.
Yeah,
will
like they're
evaluate everyone,
qualified.
and the teachers, also being mental health professionals, will evaluate the
My
children.
ass.
And all the children who are act out and unruly and they don't pay attention and they goof off and they
That's
throw
sad.
stop balls at other students
a
and
lot
stuff.
of kids are just bored.
I still do that.
Yeah, me
But
too.
that is sociopathic behavior, and they
Oh
need
my
to
God,
be on
I'm sociopath.
medications.
I'm
When did you start doing this?
Medications, medications.
Oh my God.
disturbed now.
Politicians!
Who
Pharma
invited
drugs for
him?
you! Pharma drugs for you!
I'm disturbed
Pharma
now.
drugs for you!
Bucky! They're
Okay.
scary looking.
Okay.
Please get a facelift.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
Braces. My gosh.
Okay.
RK, what?
Okay.
We should
Okay.
put braces on
Okay.
him next week.
Yeah, exactly. We need some braces, man.
But I like my teeth!
They're
There's a
horse-like.
jump on you!
Ah! I'm disturbed.
Help!
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what this means is,
My gosh.
1/4 of all students are on medication right now.
Ciao.
Five from preschool up.
Wow.
And we're talking psych meds. We're not talking asthma medication or, anything else. They're on psych
I have a
meds.
question.
What?
When did they start doing this?
What?
When did they start doing this?
Last 5 years or so. It's gone up like crazy.
That's nuts.
Ever since Junior's been in power, it's just
Junior?
gone nuts. Nuts, I say nuts. Nuts.
Yowza.
Nuts.
He is nuts.
That's pathetic.
So what this means is pharmaceutical
He's a
companies will
party
make
fatty.
huge amounts of money.
He's a party fatty,
Huge
woo!
amounts of money, yeah. And what this means is kids, half the students, probably 75%, will be on antidepressants or of some kind of antidepressant or some sort of bipolar medication
Yep.
or Ritalin.
That's popular.
Already 15% are on
Nice.
Ritalin or a Ritalin-like compound.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, because students acting out, students gone wild, college girls gone wild, that's like not normal behavior,
Well.
and therefore they need to be medicated.
Well,
But I think that's just how people get their
that's
money.
just crazy.
So, who do you think is going to pay for this?
We
The
are
parents!
taxpayers.
Okay. Okay, kids going to public school have parents that are what income level?
Poor,
Public school?
poor,
Poor, yeah, and?
poor, working class folk.
Middle class! Middle
that's working class.
Middle class! Middle class!
Is it working class, middle class?
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Anywhere
was right.
between
Correct.
having a
I
family
get a gold
income.
star.
A gold star.
Give me my
yes.
star.
So what this means is that regular folks, not really wealthy folks and not really poor folks, middle income folks are going to have to pay for this. And so if they want their kid to go to school, they have to give them drugs.
Lovely. Well, I think kids are just bored in school. They don't
Yeah.
need drugs.
That's
I think
right.
that
They
most
need to
kids
find
are too
something-
smart and they need to just be moved on, not get drugs.
Exactly. They need something to stimulate their minds
Yeah.
other than drugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gee, that summed it up.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So did you guys know kids in school that were on medication?
Yes.
Like psych meds?
No.
Yes. I know a couple now.
Like antidepressants
Yes. I know a couple now.
and Ritalin
Yeah.
and more Ritalin
Yeah.
and time release Ritalin.
And I know counseling too. They've gone to how to go to counseling too.
That's
Wow.
just sad.
Because they have issues.
They need tissues for their issues.
Tissues for the issues. Tissues for the issues.
Oh no, it's Bucky.
Ah!
All hail Bucky. Ha!
Bucky.
Just kidding. Bucky's weird.
Bucky.
Bucky's weird.
He needs to lay off!
I need a bath
I'm
now.
disturbed.
The homosexuality!
I'm disturbed by this all.
Bucky's kind of female.
I should write a book
And I thought you were kind of female.
all about Bucky.
I'm Herma female.
I'm confused.
Hermy female.
Hermaphrodite?
Herma female.
Yowza. I
Yeah.
thought I had issues.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the Bucky dance.
Oh my goodness. Bucky's lost it. We should medicate it.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bucky baby!
Medicate Bucky! Woohoo!
He's got more issues than Bill Clinton does.
Okay. Topic number 2.
Yeah.
Do drug companies make pills that actually cure people or just treat people?
I don't think that they really cure people, because then they wouldn't have to give people sugar pills.
Now, the pills that they
What?
give out just gives you, reasons to take more pills
Yeah.
for the side effects.
Exactly.
And
How
then you
ma-
gotta take more pills for those
Because you
side
have to take a
effects.
side effect pill for the side effect pill.
Exactly.
How many of you people have gone to the chiropractor?
I don't do
Raise
that.
your hand.
Well, we don't have
I
hands.
bend and
Raise
snap
your hand.
myself, thank you.
Okay, and what happens is not all chiropractors are this way, but you'll go to a chiropractor and he will give you a treatment.
Uh-oh.
Treatment! He'll give you a treatment and
Oh,
it'll
no,
last
Bucky.
for a few days or
Yeah.
a few hours or a few
I think Bucky's on medication.
something.
She's on,
Prozac,
she's on some Ritalin or something, yeah.
lithium,
Ah!
Cyprexa,
I'm scared.
Oh, geez.
Dopamax,
I'm looking for the
Okay,
X4.
Effexor,
Find your pressure points. Shaggy.
Fatty, farty.
Sertraline,
Bravo. Goose Bravo.
amoxidine,
Oh my goodness.
Uso.
I'm gonna start speaking Spanish.
slap your
Hi.
acid bone.
Go ahead.
No, because my Spanish is limited.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
I'm a nutazine.
Buenos dias, señorita.
Okay, so where were we?
¿Cómo está?
Where were we?
We were talking about pharmaceutical companies.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
Oh, yeah, they
making
don't-
millions off
Yeah,
of
they don't
us.
do cures, they do treatments.
Yeah.
So you go to your
I'm nervous.
chiropractor and the chiropractor gives you treatment and you keep going back and you keep going back and you keep going back. Up until 1997 or 98.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing. I'm psychic.
Yeah,
Yay!
Medicaid pays
Ooh,
for
psycho.
chiropractors.
I'm in psychic. Ah!
Yeah, Medicaid stopped paying for chiropractors because
I am psycho, but
they didn't want to pay for treatment after treatment after treatment. Now, medication is kind of becoming this way because you're never really cured. You have to keep taking the drugs for the rest of your life, and they're so effective that you become hooked.
Yep.
But some people think that they take them for a while and they stop, they'll be okay. But that's not true.
Fallacy,
Malice.
What?
Yeah.
addiction,
No.
Not true.
you're hooked. Oh wait, it's only
Yeah.
habit forming.
It's only what?
It's only habit forming. Habit forming.
Who invited Bucky?
I don't know, but I'm gonna kick their butt.
You can't invite yourself, Bucky.
Bucky, get lost.
My special friend invited me.
Yeah, the voice in his head.
No. No, my psych ass.
Psych ass. I'm psyched about my ass.
My psych ass invited me.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little weirded out now.
Okay, topic number 3.
Yes. My psychic ass. Woohoo! Oh, sorry.
Topic
Calm
number 3.
down,
What
close
is
in.
topic number 3? I need to get me a news bullet.
No, we're okay. No bullets. No bullets. No bullets. No bullets. I'm nervous now.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay.
Oh crap.
Oh, these are short ones.
Oh.
These are short ones.
Here he goes.
Okay.
He's gonna talk now.
Stats on mortality rate. So
Just a
what I did is I looked and I looked and I looked
Concentrate
for
on me.
mortality rates for people
No,
with
me,
mental
her.
illnesses. Yeah. I wanted to find out if people with mental
What's up, fella?
illnesses die younger than other people.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I
so
was talking to myself.
so I have this belief that people
I
with
do that.
mental illnesses die like 10 to 20 years younger than everyone else. And people
Shit.
that I don't know anyone with a mental illness that's past 60
Wow.
years old.
That's great.
Do
That's
you know
not good.
anyone with a mental illness that's older than 60?
Yeah, but I think they developed it past 60.
Well,
That's awesome.
Wait, that's senile. Oh crap.
what I'm saying is that the drugs kill them. And a lot of people,
Well, yeah.
what I'm saying is a lot of people, they may develop a mental illness after the age of 60, and then they're stuck in a geriatric warehouse and we never hear from them again.
Geriatric
sucks.
warehouse.
Yes,
Retirement villages.
also known as geriatric warehouses.
Retirement homes.
Yes. Okay. So, according to the Treatment Advocacy Center, people with schizophrenia have a 5.6 greater risk of early death.
Holy crap!
That's
Whoa!
right. However, the website is affiliated with
NAMI.
NAMI. They're affiliated with NAMI.
That's
and they
disturbing.
downplay the medication side effects and downplay other otherwise negative attributes of medication, and they advocate for forced drugging. Isn't that nice?
Oh,
See, that's why
great,
that's
Dad.
why I don't back up NAMI all that much, is because they're all for forced medication. Now, I agree in some cases forced medication is good if it means saving their life. But a lot of times it's about control.
There's some major control issues.
Control.
someone's a control freak. Yeah.
It's about
Control freaks
control.
run our country.
And I'm not about control. I'm
Control
about
freak.
helping people.
Okay.
Okay, so the Surgeon General's mental health report doesn't give statistics but says that the mortality rate is significantly higher than that of the general population, and talks about comorbid conditions that lead to higher death rates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Do you know what comorbid is?
Nope.
See, if
But
someone
it sounds really sucky.
is morbid is like bad.
Yeah.
It's like illness or sickness or something like that. And comorbid mean it's a helper.
Oh.
So if you're a co-founder,
Uh-huh.
that means you're a helper founder.
Huh.
You found something and
Wow.
you helped it be found.
Okay.
Because you're a help founder
We're
or
moving
co-founder
along.
person. Okay. So, excess mortality of
Crack that
schizophrenia.
whip.
Okay, so I found a meta-analysis. That means like it's a whole bunch of studies all grouped down into one, and so they kind of lump them together. So a
Yes.
meta-analysis by the British Journal of Psychiatry, 171:502-508,
Oh, he said colon.
1997. Yes.
Colon. That's like your butt.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
it leads to your butt.
Wow! You
Okay.
have colonitis!
Ah. You mean colitis?
Yeah,
Like a
colitis!
kaleidoscope.
Actually,
Oh, I'm not
my-
gonna go there.
my colon went Powell.
That's bad.
Okay. So this is by Steve Brown, the Department of Psychiatry, University of Southampton. 28%
My
of the...
colon went feral.
Mine went Powell. My colon went Powell.
Goddamn, I'm funny.
Oh my god!
Your colon went feral.
Colin Farrell.
Oh,
You
God.
watch I'm good.
Bucky.
Bucky got
Yay!
buff.
Bucky's got back!
He got buffed.
Okay, Bucky got bucked.
Because he's a 40 fatty! You just throw him.
Woo.
We buffed Bucky
Woo.
for being a 40 fatty.
Okay, where was I? Okay.
Bad Bucky.
Okay.
Sorry, Bucky!
Okay.
Try again next time.
So,
I'm tearing
28% of the excess mortality is
Wow.
attributable
I feel
to
immortality.
suicide and
Immortal.
12% to accidents.
Immortal.
Okay,
We're okay,
so
Dad.
one third of
It's
the
in the
mortality
water.
of people with mental illnesses, 1/3 is by suicides
You
and
got sucked
accidents.
up by the fun sucker.
I've been suicided.
The rest of excess mortality is from the same broad range of conditions which cause deaths in the population, but they die early.
Crap.
Okay, it might be heart
Well, that
attack,
tends to suck.
but they get a heart attack 20 years earlier before
Upsetting.
regular folks.
Ah.
Okay, my persistent web search
Can
for
we all
info
just
regarding
get along?
mortality rates
Can't you
of
be my
people
friend?
with
Won't
bipolar and
you be my
schizophrenia
neighbor?
consistently
Hey,
yielded
don't take
rates
off my
of...
shirt on TV.
Really?
No, not really, Dan.
No.
Okay,
I don't want to see that.
okay. My persistent web search for information
Now I'm
regarding
disturbed.
mortality rates of people with bipolar and schizophrenia consistently yielded a rate of 12 to 20% higher than average. The typical
Crap.
statistic is 10%, but more inclusive analysis show higher numbers. So if you
So-
look at a broad range of things, then the statistic goes up. So people with mental illnesses die early. Now, I've known dozens of folks with mental illnesses who are fine. I've known dozens of people, and they
We're
all
okay,
die
people.
of heart
Yeah,
failure,
we're fine.
heart attack, heart explosion,
Explosion!
Gary Hart. Yeah.
Corey Hart.
Well, their heart, yeah,
Corey
their heart,
Feldman. Oh,
part of their
sorry,
heart
got off
valve
the
just
heart.
blows wide open.
Yowza.
Their heart
That sucks.
literally explodes. Yeah, and aorta pops open.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
One time I called those aorta fries. And this guy in the store laughed at me.
Hey, order
What?
fries.
An aorta fries?
You know the aoritas?
Oh, you call them aorta
Hey,
fries?
order fries.
I was like,
Oh.
Mommy, let's get some aorta fries.
That's funny.
That's fun.
So this problem, conservatives blame the fast and loose lifestyle of people with mental illnesses.
Fast and loose?
Yeah, fast and loose lifestyle of the mentally ill.
Party fatty.
Yeah.
That's
The federal government blames Saddam Hussein. Religious miscreants blame wanton
Saddam Hussein's a
sexual...
party fatty. With a
Re-
turban.
yeah, religious miscreants blame
Damn it.
wanton sexual carousing.
What? Arousing.
You said
Carousing.
sexual.
Okay.
carousing.
Okay.
Liberals blame pharma drugs, interactions, and side effects. Cats blame dogs. Dogs blame irresponsible pet owners. And I say blame is evidence of
I blame
codependence.
Bush.
So try not to blame.
I
Blame is
blame
bad.
Junior Bush. Yeah,
Yeah,
he sucks.
he's a big
He's
jerk.
blamed for everything. Even if I have a bad day,
Yes.
it's Bush. Bush's fault.
They found some WMD in his butt.
What? WMD in his butt.
Yes.
I don't want to know. I
It's,
really don't want to
it's
know.
called undigested pretzels.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
I really
That's
don't want
gross.
to know. I don't care what's in our president's butt. Except for
Unless
my
it's my
foot. Unless it's my foot.
Exactly.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Hey.
Yay!
Serious. Okay, this is
Now
kind
we
of
Bush
a
bashed.
this is kind of a related story. So, serious cardiovascular events and mortality among patients with schizophrenia, and this by PubMed. 147-18772. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. We have 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
5 more minutes, people.
This study compared the risk of cardiovascular disease and mortality in people with schizophrenia who use antipsychotics to risks in individuals without schizophrenia in a large HMO. The sample was 1,920 schizophrenia patients, was matched by age, sex,
Woo!
and date. A health plan of
This is SEX word.
sex, yeah. The health plan. Okay,
You
so
said
they,
the SEX word. Oh my gosh.
so they matched these people to about 10,000 healthy people. And they found that people with schizophrenia that take medications die by death.
Yowza.
Well, how do you usually die?
Yeah. Gee, I died
some people-
from something.
Some people
Called
are
non-death.
reincarnated in a twinkling of the eye.
I died by a Twinkie.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Oh, you said twinkle. I thought
Yes.
you said Twinkie.
There.
That's my Twinkies.
I was Twinkie to death.
Some people are immortalized like Elvis.
Woo!
Wow.
Some people are just taken away.
True.
Okay,
Like disappear.
so the most common
They're
death,
Canadian, probably.
cause of
Oh my
death
God.
Are they Canadian?
was myocardial. No.
Infarction?
Myocardial infarction,
Infarction! Like a farty fatty.
arrhythmia, and new onset diabetes were identified using National Death Index search and medical claims records.
Wow!
The adjusted mortality rate in schizophrenia group was 4 times higher than the control group, regardless of whether the patients took newer or older antipsychotics.
I believe
Isn't
it.
that amazing? They make everyone buy the newer antipsychotics because they're supposedly safer, but the mortality rates are pretty much the same.
Yep.
Users of typical antipsychotics had a 5-fold higher risk of myocardial infarction than the control subjects. So, yeah,
Infarction.
people croak a lot quicker on the older ones, though. But the
Yikes.
side effects really aren't that much better. Among patients with schizophrenia, cardiovascular risk was inversely associated with intensity of use of antipsychotic drugs. So the more they took, the less likely they would die of heart failure,
Okay.
suggesting that the observed risk may not be due to simple or direct effect of drugs. The higher rates of new onset diabetes than the general population was most pronounced
Sorry, I had
in
a cardiac
persons
infarction.
with more intense exposure to drugs and appered to be indistinguishable from users of typical
'cause you're a farty
atypical
fatty.
antipsychotics.
Oh my gosh!
So
I'm a farty fatty and I had a cardio infarction.
so diabetes was a big thing. So what
Yeah,
happens is
no
people
diabetes.
die. Yeah, what happens is that
Don't diabetes.
don't diabetes. Yeah.
No diabetes.
So
No
people, what will
diabetes,
happen
Alex.
is the antipsychotics will raise
Hi, Slamey.
triglyceride levels, and they'll raise triglycerides and cholesterol, and they really mess with the heart. They make it beat faster or slower. They'll mess with the QT interval, and what happens is people with mental
That is
illnesses don't really say much about that, and they croak.
Yowza!
That sucks.
Yeah.
That would really suck.
So and what happens is these medications cause other complications that lead to an earlier death. So,
Damn!
yeah, see, tardive
A hot dog. Not
dyskinesia,
noodle, but hot dog.
tardive
You're not good enough
dyskinesia,
for a noodle. Oops.
yeah, tardive dyskinesia will cause their mouth muscles to be really screwy, and so they're more likely to choke.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll be so medicated they don't watch the cars heading down the freeway that kill them.
That sucks.
Yeah. So,
We gotta go.
yeah, we're out of
I
time.
have a date. Woohoo!
So, thank you for watching the show.
Just kidding. Yeah,
And
email me.
thank
I
you.
loved.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
all love you.
So, send us emails and tell us what you think and how much you love us.
Don't
and
be so crucial or critical on
critical.
me.
Yeah, yeah. We don't
Yeah.
care for the criticalness because well, that sucks.
I was
But if you have suggestions about what you like in the show and maybe what
And
you'd
who
like to
you
see-
like?
Yes, who do you like? No. Who do you like more? Me
Who do you
or
like?
everyone else?
Maybe.
And just remember, we're not doctors, we're not lawyers, we're
Hell,
not,
I'm not even employed. No, I'm just kidding.
but we are warm and cuddly at night.
Yeah. Anyways, moving
So,
along.
so thank you for watching and we'll see you next month and
Bye-bye.
don't break anything!
And remember, if it's yellow, don't eat it.
Don't smoke.
Yeah.
Or
And
belch a lot.
yeah.
Gross.
And try not to fart.
Don't spit.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Meow.
Barky, barky, barky. Our name is Barky. Barky, barky, barky.